Life lessons from the elderly. What if I told you that giving up intimacy after 60 could silently set off a rapid decline, aging your heart, clouding your memory, and trapping you inside a fragile body you can no longer fully command? Not years down the road, not decades later, but much sooner than you might imagine. And once it starts, the damage is nearly impossible to undo. I once knew a 74-year-old man who slipped away quietly in his bedroom long before his true time. His passing wasn't sudden. It was the result of decades of slow, invisible decline, losing strength, memory, and independence, because he let go of the very connection that could have kept him vibrant and alive. I'm Dr. James, a men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience helping seniors defend their vitality, independence, and zest for life. Most people think it's natural to slow down sexually with age. But truthfully, abandoning intimacy speeds up aging, weakens the heart, fogs the mind, and quietly strips away your freedom. Today, I'll expose 7 hidden dangers that strike when you stop nurturing intimacy, and how staying connected could become your greatest weapon against aging. By the time you hear danger number 7, you'll realize the cost of ignoring this is far greater than you ever thought. Stick with me. Before we dive deeper, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss a powerful message designed to keep you strong, independent, and full of life after 60. And if this topic resonates with you, type 1 in the comments. If you'd like to see even more personalized content, type 0. Your feedback genuinely matters. Now, let's begin with the first, and perhaps most overlooked, danger of giving up intimacy after 60, the emotional toll. It's much heavier than you think, sparking rising anxiety, deep loneliness, and a gradual erosion of your inner peace. 1. You may feel more anxious and isolated. I've seen it happen more times than I wish to remember. Seniors who once thrived in vibrant relationships slowly retreat into isolation, simply because they lost that vital, intimate connection. It begins so quietly you might not even notice. Maybe you feel a little more restless. Maybe you start saying no to invitations. Maybe an unexplained emptiness creeps into your evenings. You tell yourself it's normal, that it's just part of aging. But deep inside, something vital is slipping away. Giving up intimacy robs your body and mind of one of their strongest natural healers, oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Without it, anxiety finds a home in your chest, replacing your calm with a constant current of unease. The world feels colder, more distant. Your resilience, the strength that once helped you through hardships, fades bit by bit. Over time, that mild unease can swell into full-blown chronic anxiety, depression, and a crushing loneliness no medication can truly fix. And it's not just emotional pain. Studies show chronic loneliness and anxiety can dramatically increase your risk for heart disease, memory loss, and even early death. Losing intimate connection isn't harmless, it's deadly. It slowly eats away at the foundation of your emotional and physical health, making every part of aging feel heavier, harder, and more hopeless. The most chilling part, once the spiral begins, pulling yourself back becomes harder every single day. Without genuine connection, you're pushed deeper into a shell that feels impossible to escape. But it doesn't end there. When you lose this emotional anchor, another critical part of your body starts to quietly break down, a part few seniors notice until it's far too late. Let's dive into it now. 2. Your heart health could decline. I'll never forget one patient, a man in his late 60s, strong, vibrant, full of life, until suddenly his health began slipping away. He hadn't changed his diet. He still walked daily, but without realizing it, he had surrendered something crucial, his intimate bond with his partner. What followed was a slow, heartbreaking collapse of his heart health, one that none of us could stop. Because sexual intimacy isn't just about physical pleasure. It's vital exercise for your heart, keeping it strong and alive, quite literally. Every act of connection becomes a gentle workout for your cardiovascular system depends on more than just diet and exercise. Intimacy plays a crucial role too. Regular connection boosts circulation, lowers blood pressure, strengthens your arteries, and floods your system with life, giving oxygen. Without it, your heart slowly loses its vitality, blood vessels harden, blood pressure quietly rises, fatigue takes hold faster, and your risk of heart disease, strokes, and sudden cardiac events rises dramatically. What makes it so dangerous is how silently it creeps in. There are no alarms, no sudden warnings, just a gradual weakening you might mistake for normal aging. But what's actually happening is the silent breakdown of your body's most vital muscle. And when your heart starts to fail, it doesn't just steal your energy. It robs you of your freedom, your independence, and precious years you could have kept if only you had protected this hidden life force. Sexual intimacy is not a luxury after 60. It's medicine. It keeps the heart young, flexible, and strong. Letting go of it willingly is like shutting down the very generator that sustains you. And sadly, your heart isn't the only part of your body that suffers. Another vital system, the one that controls how you move, feel, and even how quickly you age, also quietly falls apart when intimacy disappears. Let's dive into that now. 3. You might move less and lose strength. I'll never forget Harold, a spirited 72-year-old who once played 18 holes of golf without breaking a sweat. Over time, his energy faded, his steps grew slow. Even simple activities became exhausting. And it wasn't just age or bad luck. It was the hidden cost of losing physical intimacy. What most people don't realize is that affectionate touch, casual or otherwise, keeps the body moving in subtle but powerful ways. It keeps muscles engaged, circulation stimulated, and joints fluid. When you stop connecting physically, even in small ways, your overall movement drops without you even noticing. Stiffness sneaks in. Muscles weaken, coordination fades, and with it, your independence. The ability to climb stairs, carry groceries, or rise from a chair slips quietly away. The cruelest part, by the time you realize how much strength you've lost, rebuilding it feels almost impossible. Intimacy isn't just emotional closeness. It's a secret weapon that maintains your body's physical resilience. Giving it up is like surrendering to gravity and time without even fighting back. But losing strength is only part of the hidden cost. What if I told you that the very core of who you are, your mind, your sharpness, your ability to think and remember, could also begin to crumble without intimacy? Let's uncover that next. 4. Your memory and cognitive sharpness could fade. I once sat with a woman in her 70s who said something that pierced my heart. I used to be sharp as a tack. Now I walk into a room and forget why I'm there. She chalked it up to aging, like so many do. But when we dug deeper, the real cause emerged. Years of emotional and physical disconnection had starved her brain of the stimulation it needed. Intimacy doesn't just nourish the heart, it fuels the brain. Acts of emotional and physical closeness release chemicals that boost blood flow to the brain, spark neural activity, and strengthen memory pathways. When that stimulation disappears, the brain gradually weakens. Thinking slows, words slip away, names fade, even simple decisions start to feel overwhelming, and this isn't just frustrating. It's deeply dangerous. Cognitive decline steals more than your memory. It robs you of your independence, your confidence, and your very identity. Studies show that isolation and loss of intimacy are major accelerators of dementia and Alzheimer's. What starts as small memory lapses can quickly spiral into. Serious memory loss doesn't just steal facts and names. It robs you of the very core of who you are. Intimacy, in all its forms, keeps the mind sharp, flexible, and alive. Giving it up isn't merely about losing pleasure. It's risking the foundation of your ability to think clearly, remember precious moments, and stay connected to the world and the people who matter most. And as frightening as cognitive decline is, it's not the only invisible danger lurking when intimacy disappears. There's another threat, hidden but deadly, one that leaves your entire body exposed to constant attack. Let's uncover that next. 5. Your immune system may weaken. I remember Robert, a proud and lively man in his early 70s. Over a few short years, I watched him change, from vibrant and strong to frail, constantly battling sickness. It wasn't poor diet or laziness that caused it. It was something far quieter. He had unknowingly abandoned intimacy, believing it was no longer important. But the truth is, intimacy triggers hormonal and immune responses that build vital resistance to illnesses, viruses, and even chronic diseases. Without it, the body's defenses crumble. At first, it shows up as more frequent colds or slower recovery times, but slowly, the risks escalate: serious infections, pneumonia, and hospital stays that strip away independence. Immune decline isn't loud, it comes in whispers. Minor fevers that don't go away, simple infections that turn serious. And when you're older, these small problems can become life-threatening faster than you realize. Intimacy isn't just emotional nourishment, it's a critical shield. Without it, you step into a harsher, more dangerous world, far more vulnerable than you need to be. Yet even that isn't the full story. What happens when your body's natural rhythms, the very thing that helps you rest and heal, also start to collapse? Let's explore that next. 6. You may sleep less and wake up exhausted. Margaret was a bright soul, even in her 70s, always smiling, always moving. But eventually, she came to me with a quiet sadness, restless nights, waking up tired, feeling like her body just wouldn't reset. What neither of us fully saw at first was how deeply the loss of intimacy had unsettled her. Physical connection naturally releases relaxation hormones, oxytocin and prolactin, that soothe the nervous system and guide the body into deep, healing sleep. When intimacy vanishes, these hormones diminish, making restful sleep a nightly struggle. Falling asleep becomes harder. Nights stretch long and uneasy. Even if sleep comes, it's shallow and restless, leaving you drained by morning, and the cost is devastating. Chronic sleep loss doesn't just leave you groggy. It speeds up cognitive decline, weakens the immune system, raises heart risks, and stirs emotional turmoil. It's not about missing a few good nights. It's about breaking your body's ability to heal and recover. Intimacy isn't a frivolous indulgence. It's a biological necessity for renewal. Without it, the slow deterioration of strength, clarity, and vitality becomes unavoidable. But as damaging as poor sleep is, imagine what happens when an even deeper, more private part of your identity, your very sense of vitality and manhood, begins to crumble too. Let's talk about that next. 7. Your future sexual health could deteriorate. I once sat down for a long talk with a man named William. William was 68 when he first came to see me, full of life, young at heart. But by 74, he sat across from me, his hands trembling slightly, his voice cracking as he said, "I never thought this would happen to me. I can't even respond anymore." It hadn't been a sudden change. It was years of slowly stepping away from intimacy, convincing himself it didn't matter anymore, that at his age it was normal to let it go. But the body keeps track and eventually it answers back. When you stop nurturing sexual intimacy, you risk losing more than connection. You risk losing your body's very ability to engage at all. In men, diminished intimacy causes reduced blood flow, stiffened erectile tissue, and fading nerve sensitivity. In women, it leads to thinning tissues, dryness, and pain that makes intimacy feel impossible. The truth is, just like unused muscles weaken and atrophy, so too do the body's intimate systems when left idle. And the heartbreaking part, once these declines set in, restoring what was lost is incredibly difficult, and sometimes impossible. It's not just the loss of physical pleasure, it's the loss of confidence, vitality, emotional closeness, and the rich, deep sense of being fully alive. Without regular intimacy, you quietly lock away doors that once made life vibrant and rich. Sexual health after 60 isn't about clinging to youth. It's about preserving the capacity for love, connection, and joy. Giving it up without a fight means surrendering far more than you realize, until it's far too late. But you still have a choice. Understanding what's truly at stake is the first powerful step to protecting your spirit, your identity, and the rich life still ahead of you. Conclusion: 7 scary consequences of giving up sex after age 60. If you're still here with me, It means you understand now. Intimacy after 60 is not a luxury. It's survival, strength, and the very core of living well. Walking away from sexual connection isn't harmless. It's a decision that unleashes a devastating chain reaction. Rising anxiety, declining heart health, weakening strength, fading memory, a crumbling immune system, restless nights, and the heartbreaking loss of your own sexual health. Each change is slow, almost invisible at first, easy to blame on normal aging, but they are not inevitable. They are tied directly to the life force that intimacy nourishes. You are not just getting older, you are shaping your future with the actions you take today. Choosing to stay connected intimately, in whatever way works for you, is a vital cornerstone of emotional, physical, and cognitive health, and it's never too late to begin again. Even if you feel disconnected now, even if it's been years, your body and spirit have a remarkable ability to heal, respond, and rekindle. Intimacy may look different than it did in your youth, but it can deepen into something richer, something more powerful than you ever expected. So I urge you, refuse to accept silent decline as your future. Fight for your energy, fight for your independence, fight for the parts of you that are still alive, still capable of love, connection, and joy. The choice is yours, and the life you save could very well be your own. Stay strong, stay connected, and remember, the greatest victories are the quiet ones, fought and won within the deepest parts of your heart and your health. These truths are here to inspire you to live authentically, bravely, and fully. Now I would love to hear from you. Take a moment. What's one lesson you're taking away today that you'll apply in your own life? Share it below to inspire others walking this same path. If you found value in today's video, please type 1 in the comments. If not, feel free to type 0. Your feedback matters deeply to us. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring, life-changing content. Thank you for watching. And here's to living fully, richly, and on your own terms.